doing it for the best that is, the best that was, the best that ever will be, the one and only, if it never for me, that we never have to be there for. I am the one and only Jake Kilby, and welcome to Wrestling Made Simple. Happy New Year! We got news-filled week this week of wrestling. We got the news of the week followed by your SmackDown and Raw review. Then we are going to review of the biggest Royal Rumble ever, at least that's what it was called, the Royal Rumble 2011, followed by a drink of the week. And then we have a reading from the Book of Rules. And finally, we have the Battle Droid of the week. But let's get into the news this week as a former world champion has departed NWA. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Aldis is no longer with NWA. He is now free to explore WWE and AEW. He became a free agent as of January 1st. He apologized to his fans in Noah because he was supposed to be on the show this week, but he had a falling out with NWA owner Billy Corgan, stating that Billy Corgan can't get the past differences of NWA out of his mind, so that is why Aldis was removed from current TV. Aldis has stated in the past that his loyalty to NWA cost him a shot in AEW, so it's unclear whether he will go to AEW right now or WWE due to the fact he has bad blood in AEW. I imagine Tony Khan will put that behind him to make a deal. He usually does. So, I mean, we're trying to see that right now with CM Punk. We're trying to see that with a lot of people right now in AEW. So I can imagine him going to AEW. It wouldn't shock me if he turns up at WWE, maybe at the Royal Rumble. Speaking of a former champion, now no longer with the company, Mandy Rose. Congratulations to Mandy Rose as she has made $1 million. I don't know if this is true or not. This was reported by Fan Time, which is the site she had her pictures on that cost her basically a WWE contract. So apparently it has made $1 million in the month of December. Hey, if that's true, fucking A, man. Bravo to her. Bravo to fucking her. That's awesome. And now for one former NWA champion, Zack Ryder, the man who has showed up in NWA, Impact, AEW, GCW. He has held world championships in some of those companies. This man is actually tweeting out that he might return to WWE. He says 2022, without a doubt, was the favorite year of his career, and the run he's had on proving everyone wrong, proving himself and his supporters right, has been awesome. And now 2023, he's going to try and top that. Leave your comments in, he said on Twitter, leave your comments in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, a lot of people are skepticating, what the fuck? A lot of people are believing that this might be a tweet to say he might be returning at the Royal Rumble WWE. Apparently, his wife, Chelsea Green, is returning to WWE. That is all but concluded. So now you wonder what's going to happen with Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona, whichever one you want to call him. I would love to see a return to him in WWE, maybe as Matt Cardona instead of Zack Ryder. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but it could be very, very fun. Let's move on to SmackDown. SmackDown kicked off with Bray Wyatt apologizing for attacking the cameraman last week. Bray said, hey, I'm sorry. I went to a dark place. LA Knight then came out and claimed that Bray Wyatt should pay someone to dress up as Uncle Howdy. He then challenged Bray to a match. It was confirmed that, yes, this will be a match at Royal Rumble. Bray Wyatt says he accepts and he is ready to go back to the dark place where he needs to go to hurt people. Then we had Uncle Howdy came out. He got in the ring with LA Knight and Bray Wyatt and then hits the Abigail on Bray Wyatt. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was wondering what's going on. It was then announced that it will be a lights-out match. I don't know what this entails, but this is going to be good. Sikoa versus Sheamus. It was a alright match. Solo Sikoa was able to pick up the win. It was more of what happened after the match, as Solo Sikoa was basically about to destroy Sheamus with a chair to his neck. Drew McIntyre shows up. Drew McIntyre makes his return and saves. It makes the save for Sheamus. Awesome to see him back. I really enjoyed that. I really feel like the storyline between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre is something that could be expanded upon, and if they don't need Drew McIntyre for a world title program at WrestleMania, that is the feud that I would like to see. I would love to see Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. You then got Ronda Rousey versus Raquel Rodriguez for the SmackDown Women's Championship match. This match was good for Raquel Rodriguez. Very good match, really showed up, really showed her talent in this match, but there was nothing else that I really enjoyed about this match besides Raquel Rodriguez's work. I've said before that I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey. I want to be. I want her to succeed. I want everybody to succeed in WWE. I truly do. But she just, every move, I'm watching, I'm going, why this? She lost the armbar on the top rope, and then she suddenly falls down, and that's what makes Raquel tap out? I don't know. But it was after the match what everybody's talking about. So Ronda Rousey retains. New music hits. Everybody's looking at the screen, and suddenly the crowd goes crazy. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, is back in WWE. She has returned to WWE. She is back. Charlotte Flair then challenges Ronda Rousey to a match. Ronda accepts, and Charlotte Flair actually ends up winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. She counters the armbar, rolls Ronda up, 1, 2, 3, and Charlotte is now your SmackDown Women's Champion. She's now a 14-time Women's Champion. I want you to think of that, 14 times. 2 away from Ric Flair's number. 2 away. Bravo to Charlotte, man. That was awesome. We then got a backstage segment of the New Day making jokes about Top Dollar trying to go over the top rope. Oh, God, this was so stupid. You had Ricochet joining in, Maximum Male Models. Top Dollar knows. Ricochet said now he knows it's not as easy as Ricochet makes it look to do all those flips and everything, so Top Dollar got upset, pushed Ricochet. Apparently, this is supposed to be the match for them qualifying for the Royal Rumble. Alright, fun little thing, but nothing really too good about this segment. We then get Braun Strowman coming out to confront Imperium and announce he will face Gunther for the Intercontinental title. Imperium then got up and basically beat the shit out of Braun Strowman, trying to target his arm with steel chairs and everything. Well, apparently that didn't work out as Ricochet came out to even the odds and chased him off with a steel chair. I like the Ricochet Braun Strowman storyline. I see this being the match at Mania, Braun Strowman versus Ricochet. After this, we get your main event, John Cena and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Awesome match. Kevin Owens and John Cena really showed up for this match. They were really, you can tell John Cena was just so happy to be back. I feel he truly does love WWE. But there's more things that people are talking about in this match than just the match itself. As Roman Reigns actually hit Kevin Owens in the eye, making him bleed from his left eye. Apparently, people are asking, was this a receipt for what happened at Survivor Series? Was it just a botch? You know, it could be anything. It was probably just a botch. Roman Reigns may have been a little pissed, may have just hit him a little too hard. May have been a receipt, but for those of you who don't know, a receipt in wrestling is basically when someone fucks up in the ring and hurts somebody. Not too bad enough to where they're injured, but bad enough to where they go, all right, now you gotta understand that shit needs to get hit as well. It's happened with Braun Strowman with Brock Lesnar. When Braun Strowman hit Brock Lesnar too hard with a punch, Brock Lesnar kneed Braun Strowman in the face to slow the fuck down. Same with Chris Jericho and Shane McMahon. Undertaker and Randy Orton. If you want to see that one, go watch The Undertaker Randy Orton Untold on WWE Network. Or Peacock, whichever one you have. But anyway, Kevin Owens and John Cena and Sami Zayn and Randy Orton put up a great main event. Fun tag team match. Really got the crowd in their seats cheering. This crowd was hot for this show, by the way. They were going crazy. So, fun show. Kevin Owens and John Cena pick up the win. Very fun SmackDown. And then we have Raw. As Raw kicked off with, they had everything going on, the theme song and everything, then suddenly the theme song stops, and the bloodline comes out of the crowd and starts attacking, starts beating the shit out of this. Basically, the announce table, they're throwing the announce table all around, they're doing everything they can to get rid of everything. Fun to see that. The bloodline then gets chased off by security, and now Pierce announces that they've had enough and will be putting every one of them in a match. We did get Alexis Little Miss Bliss versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Fun match. It was what happened outside of the ring, though, that everybody's talking about, as Little Miss Bliss was ready to go and beat Bianca Belair. She sees someone wearing a Bray Wyatt mask. She tries to shake it off, ignore it, throws Bianca back into the ring, and then sees another one. And then Bray Wyatt's logo appears on the Jumbotron. She starts to shake her head, say no, 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 and then she flips it, attacks the referee. Dallas press to the referee. Dallas press to Bianca Belair. DDTs Bianca Belair in steel stairs twice, which led to her disqualification from the match. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this means for Little Miss Bliss, but I could easily see Bray Wyatt and Little Miss Bliss coming back together. We then get Solo Sikoa versus Elias in a Music City street fight. All that match, it was basically just a street fight with musical instruments. It was kind of like the Sympathy of Destruction match. Shit like that. It was alright. Nothing really to write home about. Solo Sikoa picks up the win after Hardy, the singer, not the wrestler, gets involved, almost costing Solo the match. Solo still picks up the win, beats Elias in the street fight. We then get the Bloodline, tag team champions, the Usos and Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. Bloodline is able to pick up the win. Unfortunately, I didn't see much of this match. I got to admit that, because I was more focused on the Monday Night Football game. For those of you who don't know, the Bills defensive player, Damian Harris, I believe Darmian Harris, I'm trying to remember his name correctly, I don't want to mess it up. It was the scariest moment in football I've ever seen. I'm not going to go into it very much, but if you are a Monday Night Football fan, an NFL fan, I'm sure you saw what happened. So, prayers go out to him and his family. So I didn't see much of this match. I did come back to see the end, as the Bloodline would pick up the win and would beat Kevin Owens and continue to attack him after the match, leading to Drew McIntyre and Sheamus coming in and making the save. After this, we got Dexter Lumis versus Chad Gable, and people are posting online, I completely agree. Dexter Lumis is just not basically getting to the live crowd. I feel like the live crowds aren't really accepting Dexter Lumis as Dexter Lumis was accepted in NXT, and I feel I know the problem. It's because he was with the Garganos and with Indy Hartwell. I think if they were to bring Indy to the main roster, I think not only Dexter Lumis would be over, but would also help Candice LeRae. Dexter Lumis was able to pick up the win, and then we move on to Damage Control, Bayley and Io Sky, the women's tag team champions, versus Becky Lynch and Michin Mia Yim. This was basically a handicap match, even though Bayley was on the outside. Alright match. match, Becky Lynch and Michin ended up losing this match as Io Sky pins Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch kind of hinted that someone was going to leave Damage Control and turn on them, and you had Io Sky celebrating on the outside alone while the rest of them are celebrating in the ring. So it could be Io Sky. I think it's way too early to break up Damage Control. I really, truly believe that, so I hope they don't. We then get Dominic Mysterio cutting a promo about getting arrested on Christmas Eve due to the Mysterios, and he said, "I've served hard time, I survived prison. Prison changes a man. You guys think it's over for me, but nah, I'm just getting started." This was just stupid. Just stupid. By the way, then we get to see the Damage Control in backstage walking around, and we actually saw Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, and MVP staying together talking to Adam Pearce. I don't know if this means the Hurt Business is back together, but if it is, holy shit, this is going to be awesome. We then get your main event, Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Great match. Austin Theory and Seth Rollins burned the house down. It would end after there were 2 ref bumps, and Theory would hit a low blow on Rollins. Then he would hit the 8-count down, pick up Rollins, 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, it looks like Seth Rollins suffered a legitimate knee injury, as after the match, the ref had to help Seth Rollins to the back. I don't know if this is real or not. Seth Rollins, it was the knee that Seth Rollins had injured before, so I don't know if this is real or not. Might hurt WrestleMania chances. Speaking of WrestleMania, let's look at the card as I see it right now. For what is being reported, Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes has been reported, and if it's not Cody Rhodes, it will be apparently Drew McIntyre for a World Championship. That is what has been reported. The Rock versus Roman Reigns, as reported. If The Rock is not involved, it will be Cody Rhodes. Apparently, Ronda Rousey versus Rhea Ripley has also been reported for a match at WrestleMania. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would actually like to see that. I feel that Rhea Ripley can help Ronda to a great match. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and KO for the tag team titles. I would really like to see that. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar has also been reported by some news outlets. Sounds good. Logan Paul versus John Cena. That's one big one that has almost been confirmed if John Cena is at WrestleMania. Don't know how to feel about it, but let's see how it goes. Finn Balor versus Edge. That has not been announced, but it's one that I feel will happen at WrestleMania, as it was supposed to be Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. That one has been reported for a long time, so that is one I could easily see happening. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches kind of confirmed by news outlets. I could also see there being an IC ladder match, or maybe Ricochet versus Braun Strowman. There will definitely be a Bray Wyatt match, which I don't know who will fight. There will probably be a Charlotte Flair match because she is the Raw Women's Champion, or the SmackDown Women's Champion. Becky Lynch probably match. Bianca Belair. I'm also trying to see what else could happen. Austin Theory match. And I imagine Karrion Kross will have a match. And apparently Stone Cold as well. So that's the way I see the WrestleMania card shaping up. We'll go into it more as we get closer to WrestleMania. I just wanted to give you my feel on what is happening right now and the way the WrestleMania card is stacking up. Let's move on to the Royal Rumble 2011, the biggest Royal Rumble ever. In my opinion, one of the most disappointing Royal Rumbles ever. The show kicked off with Edge versus Dolph Ziggler in a fun World Heavyweight Championship match. Edge couldn't hit the spear. If he used the spear, he would have lost the World Heavyweight Championship. manager. Edge was able to pick up the win as the referee was down. He hit the spear. Vicky Guerrero was down. Tori Wilson came out and attacked Vicky Guerrero. Edge would pick up the win. 1, 2, 3. Edge is still your World Heavyweight Championship. Still your World Heavyweight Champion. You would have The Miz versus Randy Orton in The Miz's championship run. Randy Orton, who lost the title to The Miz on November 22nd, my birthday, of the last year, versus The Miz. So this was a cool match. Nothing really to write home about. You know, it's a classic Miz championship match. Alex Riley helping The Miz pick up the win. The Miz defeats Randy Orton in a 19-minute match. I want to point out that besides the dark match, which was R-Truth versus Kurt Hawkins, there were only 4 matches on this card. You would then get a Eve Torres versus Layla, Michelle McCool, and Natalya in a fatal 4-way WWE Divas Championship match. Eve Torres would pick up the win in a 5-minute, again, nothing to write home about match. Eve Torres is your new women's champion, the new Divas champion at the time. Again, alright, 5-minute match. 20 minutes for the World Heavyweight Championship, 19 minutes for the WWE Championship, and then you have a 5-minute Divas match. Goes to show how they viewed women at the time. Oh no. And here it is, a 40-man Royal Rumble. 40 men enter, 1 man wins a World Championship match at WrestleMania. Championship match of their choosing. 1 hour this Royal Rumble lasted. Now, I call this a bad Royal Rumble because I truly feel there wasn't enough star power in it, in my opinion. Justin Gabriel, Zack Ryder, you have William Regal come in. Alright. Zack Ryder, William Regal, alright. John Morrison, alright. Yoshi Tatsu, I can never say it. Tatsu, I think that's it. Tatsu comes in. Mark Henry, great wrestler. They get Husky Harris, who would become Bray Wyatt. That's cool to see. Chavo Guerrero, JTG, Michael McGillicuddy, Chris Masters, David Otunga. I get they were trying to get everyone they could involved, but there's just so much that I'm looking at. I'm just like, oh God, why this? You even have Diesel make his return to WWE basically, which was cool. But you're watching all this and you're going, there wasn't enough star power for them to do a Royal Rumble of 40 people because it feels that a lot more people were overshadowed. Big Show, Randy Orton, Kane. They could have done The Undertaker. They had Booker T come back. John Cena was in this Royal Rumble. Kofi Kingston, alright. Jack Swagger, Rey Mysterio. Some good people. But at the same time, then you're getting people like JTG, Alex Riley, Ezekiel Jackson, Santino Marella. And I want to point out, the second person left in the ring was Santino Marella. Santino Marella would almost win this Royal Rumble. He would go to hit the Cobra on Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio would dodge it and would eliminate Santino. Alberto Del Rio would win the Royal Rumble and would go on to challenge Edge at WrestleMania and would lose to Edge in his last WrestleMania match before he would retire. This was not a good year for pay-per-views because this would lead to WrestleMania 27, which is considered one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. And it should have been hinted at by the way this Royal Rumble went. You had one good match on this card, one in my opinion, which was Edge versus Dolph Ziggler. Goes to show Dolph Ziggler's talent, by the way, in this, because Edge couldn't use the spear until the very end, so really goes to show that Dolph Ziggler was really trying to work and get everything he could out of Edge besides the spear. Bravo to them. That was the match of the night. If I had to give this Royal Rumble a grade, C- at best. And that's just because of the World Heavyweight Championship match. If it wasn't for the World Heavyweight Championship match, B-. Nothing in me screams, go watch this pay-per-view. I've watched it many a time to try and get through it, and I'm just like, oh, why 40 men? You could have had the star power of just the 30. That would have been awesome, but, God. Let's move on. I need a drink. So let's move on to the WWE Drink of the Week, the Ghostbuster Bomb. 1 part amaretto, 1 part Irish cream, 1 part coffee liqueur, 1 ounce of Crown Royal whiskey, keep with the Royal Rumble theme, and 6 ounces of Coca-Cola. So you're going to put the coffee liqueur, Irish cream, and the amaretto into a shot glass, add the Coca-Cola and whiskey to a pint glass, drop the shot glass in, take your bomb. Please make sure to drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. Do not drink if you are under 21 in the United States. Do not overconsume on alcohol. Please drink responsibly. And that is your drink of the week, ladies and gentlemen. And now, let's move on to reading from the Book of Rules. A word from Kurt Axel to WWE Management. I was never eliminated. I am still in this. A letter from Kurt Axel, WWE Management, and a reading from the Book of Rules. And now, it is time for the Bowser of the Week. This is a very easy one, and it's going to get some jokes. The Bowser of the Week this week is John Cena's hairline. What the fuck, John? For those of you who didn't watch SmackDown, if you go online and wherever you can see wrestling memes, everyone's talking about John Cena having a giant bald spot, basically from the top of his scalp down to almost the end of his hairline on his neck. Listen, I always said, I have long, luxurious hair. I really am very lucky with that. But if I were to ever start losing my hair receding or having a bald spot on my head, first thing I'm doing, it's all gone. It's all gone. I'm accepting it. I'm going bald. I would shave it all off, and there would be nothing left. I would be walking around like Bruce Willis. I got no problem with that. John, take my advice. Shave the hair. Go back to the buzz cut. Go back to the original John Cena days. You look way better. John Cena's hairline is the Bowser of the Week this week. Congratulations, John Cena's hairline.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. I have been the Big Guy. This has been Wrestling Made Simple. I hope you have a great week in wrestling.